What's up, guys? Emilio back again, here to bring you another exciting theory on Dragon Ball Super. Today we'll talk about the climatic fight of Goku vs. Jiren and how it could escalate even further. I made a video in the past on Jiren wanting to wish to kill the Evil-Doer if he is still around, and now I want to add more to that and show how that could take a big role in the last two episodes of Super. So get ready, guys, this will be exciting. So I have been thinking about a really crazy theory that I want to share with you guys. This theory may or may not happen in the show, but I think it is exciting and definitely worth talking about. In the past, I made a separate video on what I believe Jiren's wish is and how justice and his thirst for strength and solitude have been his motivating factors. In that video, I talked about the possibilities of Jiren wanting to wish to either find the Evil-Doer and kill him, or wish for a way to kill him that goes beyond strength. If you have not seen that video yet, I urge that you watch it in the link I provided below. So I want to add more to that video after hearing an interesting theory that I heard from other YouTubers. And before I expand more, I want to tell you guys some exciting news, and I will provide major spoilers for the ending of Dragon Ball Super, so if you do not want to be spoiled, this is your spoiler warning. So thanks to Anime AJ, we finally learned that Yuya Takahashi, the same freelance animator that blew up the internet with his awesome animation skills during the 1 hour special, will be returning to animate the final episode of Super. And one thing that is always consistent with the Toei writers is whenever they bring Yuya Takahashi in, they are planning to do something big. And that something big could just be a cool way for the Toei animation to end Super, or maybe something else that we are not expecting. Also, thanks to Herms98 from Twitter for translating and posting the spoilers of episode 130 and 131, we found out that Jiren will defeat Goku and Frieza will sneak behind Jiren and possibly bring him out. The main question is, how will Jiren be able to defeat a mastered Ultra Instinct Goku? Well, I think the answer is related to Jiren's dark past. So before I get into that, let me tell you about this other theory that has been going around on how Jiren could possibly be the Evil-Doer himself. Dragon Ball Black and AdvancedU made this theory, and I actually really like it for 3 reasons. But also disagree with a few things that I will talk about soon because I want to add more to their great idea. So for the first reason as to why I like this theory is when we first saw the silhouette and demonic eyes of the Evil-Doer glaring at Jiren, and it did not show how Jiren survived its attack. At that time, Jiren's whole village was destroyed, yet somehow Jiren managed to survive, so that does raise suspicion. The second reason as to why I think this is a good theory is after Kid Jiren was rescued and trained by his master, he also gained new companions while seeking the right path. But one day, the evil force returned again and killed his companions one by one. The enemy was too strong and even killed his master, and yet somehow Jiren managed to survive again. And the third reason is after the evil force killed a lot of Jiren's companions, the rest fled and left Jiren alone, almost as if they knew he was the Evil-Doer. When Belmont told the story, we saw what Jiren saw of the silhouette and demonic eyes of the Evil-Doer killing Jiren's master. So I had a thought, and that is, what if this was all in Jiren's head? What if it was actually Jiren himself, or a dark-sided Jiren, that is the true source of his power? Similar to when Kami and Piccolo were one being, with Piccolo being the arrogant, evil force within him. Only in Jiren's case, the evil force would probably be a lot stronger. So going to the part of the theory that I disagree with would be of Jiren's wish to control the evil power within him. For the most part, this makes sense, except that the Evil-Doer was kept a mystery for a reason, which implies that Jiren does not know who the Evil-Doer is. And we know from the manga that killing goes against Jiren's principles, so wishing to control his own powers using the Super Dragon Balls would not really make sense because that wish does not involve killing a person. So the idea of Jiren being the Evil-Doer is absolutely crazy but plausible. And of course, I want to add more to this awesome idea. So in my mind, this idea expanded more when I first saw this fan-made artwork of Kid Goku and Kid Jiren. Going off this theory of Jiren being the Evil-Doer, I realized that Kid Jiren could actually be a lot like Kid Goku. If Kid Goku with a tail looked at a full moon, he would lose control and transform into a big ape or a Zaru, which resulted in a killing spree. Now, I'm not saying Jiren is able to turn into a big monster on a full moon. I am simply comparing how Goku and Jiren could have had a similar past. For example, Goku did kill his grandpa and had no memory of the moment, so maybe Jiren had a similar situation where the darkness hidden within him took over, resulting in him killing all his loved ones. We all know that Saiyans gain more power when they transform into their Ozaru form. So what if Jiren also becomes more powerful when he unleashes his dark side? Perhaps Jiren does not understand the full depth of his power, which is why he is still holding back and afraid to unleash it because he does not have memory of what happens. Looking at the preview of episode 130, we see that Jiren is actually struggling against Goku, and in 131, he somehow manages to unleash more power to be able to wring out or defeat a mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. So my theory is that Jiren's true source of power lies within his eyes. If you notice, every time Jiren countered and overpowered his opponent's attack, we saw that glare. What if the dark side of Jiren's power is temporarily activated whenever he triggers that glare in his eyes? If that is true, then here is how the fight will go down. Goku will continue to land hits on Jiren. Jiren will continue to power up, but unfortunately, it will not be enough to rival Mastered Ultra Instinct. So he will be left with no other option but to attempt to summon something he has not summoned in a very long time, and that is his full power. There we will see a more vivid glare in his eyes with a massive red aura overwhelming the entire land of Void. Jiren will explode with ki and destroy more of the arena, where he will finally reach his maximum power. Smoke will cover the arena, and within a smoke cloud of rubble, a new Jiren will emerge. Only this time, this Jiren will give off a dark energy, finally revealing that he was the Evil-Doer all along, giving us one last battle of Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku versus the darkness within Jiren. And this is where Goku will sadly lose against a dark force so terrifying that even most of the gods of destruction cannot stand up to. Which is why Belmod stated earlier that no matter who Jiren is up against, he will not lose. The dark side of Jiren will likely use a great deal of his power to knock Goku off the stage. And at that instant of Goku falling, Jiren will regain consciousness and will notice Goku is off the ring but does not remember how he fell off to begin with. He will also notice that Goku still had a lot of fight left in him, so Goku and Jiren will both stare at the Omni Kings as if the fight is not over yet. And then, Frieza will appear from the rubble and catch a weakened Jiren off guard by delivering a final death beam, hitting Jiren in the back and as a result knocking him off the ring. But what I think will more likely happen is Frieza will hit Jiren with a death beam, but time will run out, resulting in a tie between Universe 7 and 11. Now I know this sounds crazy, but with Yuya Takahashi returning, we know something big is gonna happen, and the Toei writers are known to throw us curveballs during the end of an arc. Not to mention, there's also a little amount of time left in the arc, so they will likely reveal who the Evil-Doer is, like they did when they showed a dark figure with evil eyes for Demon King Piccolo, the androids, and Goku Black. So it is possible that Jiren could be the Evil-Doer himself and not have any idea that he was the one that actually killed his parents. Similar to when Goku did not know he was the one that killed his grandpa. This would also explain why Jiren meditates a lot so that he can control his power and gain consciousness of when he tries to access his full power. Jiren's wish might be to find and locate the Evil-Doer, or for a way that goes beyond strength and against his principles of not killing so he can actually kill the evil force. Belmod, being the sneaky trickster clown that he is, probably knows of Jiren's dark side and is purposely keeping it a secret so that Jiren can fight for Universe 11. Again, I am not saying that this will actually happen, I am simply connecting all the facts and hints that we have in the show to put together an exciting story. Every once in a while, I like to put together a crazy theory that I can have a fun discussion with you, my awesome subs, and the Dragon Ball community. But I am curious to hear what you guys think of this theory. Is it completely crazy or plausible? Do you think that Jiren could actually be the Evil-Doer himself? Is Jiren's wish to find a way to kill the evil force even though he does not know he is the Evil-Doer? And will the Toei writers throw us a curveball in episode 130 and 131 by Goku forcing Jiren into a corner so he is left with no other choice but to access his full power, even though he knows he will lose consciousness? And will it take the dark side of Jiren to defeat a mastered Ultra Instinct Goku? I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember guys, anything can happen in Super. So I hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll catch you next time.
I will not let you destroy my world!